Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamel from Fantasy Life, and today I want to talk about Titan Brawl. I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly about Titan Brawl. Now, Titan Brawl is an amazing game mode. It is so fun, super fun, and has kind of sort of revitalized the community somewhat. And it basically makes Titanfall what Titanfall is about. It's about the Titans. That's the main appeal to this particular game, other than like the cool, smooth gunplay and movement system, which Titanfall 4 is also known for. The Titans is the standout stars of the show. The Titans are the reason to play a game like Titanfall, because the Titans, how many games do you get to play in these big, huge robotic mechs? There's not a lot of games like that on the market right now. So Titan Brawl, having a game mode like Titan Brawl, which is super casual, unlike LTS, which LTS is freaking fun as hell. I just want everybody to know that Last Titan Standing is one of the standout game modes in my opinion. Last Titan Standing is a little bit more competitive though, and then if you die, you gotta sit there and you gotta wait to revive and things like that. Whereas Titan Brawl is basically deathmatch with big, huge, Goliath-sized mechs, which is freaking awesome. And then you don't have to really worry about dying all that much, because if you die, you just come right back to life. So in that sense, it's extremely fun. Extremely fun. And it's bringing a lot of people, like a lot of, I want to know how many people are actually playing this particular playlist. They do have it in its own playlist, and they do specify it's for a limited time only, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. So I want to know how many people are playing it. And if y'all notice, it doesn't have the double XP thing going on, whereas some of the other exclusive game modes or time game modes had a double XP thing going on. Titan Brawl does not have that, and my guess would be is because it doesn't need it. This is a game mode that Respawn knew was going to do well. Thus far, didn't need to give the added incentive of having a double experience point. So with that being said, it's a great game mode. So now we're gonna get into the good. We're gonna get into the good. So what's good about Titan Brawl? Well, it's casual. It is like super casual. It is one of the most casual game modes next to like Attrition, which is a very casual game mode as well. The thing is, you don't have the pilot, where if you want to play as a pilot, there are game modes in this game where you can play as the pilot and the Titan, or you can just solely play as the pilot. But this is the first and the only game mode in the game that you only play as the Titans. You cannot get out of your Titan to run around as a pilot. So in that aspect, it stands out, and that's a good feature, and it adds a level of variety to people who don't want to maneuver as pilots. Believe it or not, as good as the movement system is in this game, there are people who don't like the movement system in this particular game. There's people who don't want to utilize the movement system in this game. So to have a game mode where they're just this big, huge Titans, and the movement system is, for lack of a better word, boots on the ground, it's super fun. It is super fun and super casual, and it's a death match to it too. So they don't have to worry about like dying and then having to wait 2-3 minutes to, you know, come back to life and try it again. No, they can die and almost immediately come back to life. So that's definitely very, very good. Another good thing about Titan Brawl is that you're playing as mechs, so you're not really worried about people sneaking up on you. Whereas when you're playing as a pilot, it is, and these maps are huge too. So when you're playing as a pilot, there's a lot of nooks and crannies and areas that you can get shot from that you're like, whoa, where did that bullet come from? Like, you can be in a building and all of a sudden somebody come up behind you and execute you, or they can shoot you from the side, up top, down low, behind you, left, right, everywhere. You just get shot from any direction as a pilot. You can get killed from any direction as a pilot, and killed relatively quickly. Now, in Titan Brawl, and even, well, no, in Last Titan Standing, you can, the same thing applies, but in Titan Brawl, that doesn't necessarily apply. Uh, the mechs, first of all, are huge, and for the most part, are very easy to see. It's pretty easy to see a Titan in this game. It's very rare. Well, I won't say it's very rare, but it's less likely that you'll be sneaked up on by a Titan, unless it's like a Ronin that just catches you slipping. You're less likely to get snuck up on, especially if you're a particular Titan or player that's very aware of their surroundings. So with that particular aspect, it is kind of like a boots on the ground kind of game. You're not worried about getting shot from like up top unless it's like a North Star, and if that's the case, chances are you're going to see him hovering in the air and be able to shoot back at him or dodge him, dodge his railgun or something like that. You're less likely to get snuck up on or shot or killed or executed from behind if you're somebody who's more aware of their surroundings, because you just got to go through these narrow lanes or these open fields in which all you have to do is turn around and you'll see the person coming, no problem. Another thing too is you're less likely to get shot from like odd areas, unless it's like a Titan shooting through a building, in which you'll eventually see him shooting you through the building. You're less likely to get shot from some of the more odder areas, whereas as a pilot, you can just get shot and killed from just any direction. And the last thing is that's good is that the Titans tend to have a decent amount of health, so like you're not gonna just get shot and melted and killed instantly. Well, in most cases, you're not. Unless you get hit with like a core ability, then yeah, you'll probably get melted pretty easily. But in most cases, you're gonna have time to react, and that's what makes the game mode super fun and super casual, is the fact that you'll have time to react. So if an Ion is shooting at you, or if a Tone is shooting at you, and you for the most part have full health, you know that they'll be shooting at you, and that'll give you time to either run away and regroup, turn around and attack in full force, or just do something. Hit them with your core ability, phase dash out of there, vortex flight away or towards them, whatever you want to do, it'll give you time to react. And so you getting shot from, let's say, behind or the side because you just wasn't paying attention or something like that is not a death sentence for you. It's a opportunity to have a better awareness of where the enemy is, and that's one of the things that makes Titan Brawl so casual and makes it so fun, and why everybody just likes this game mode. I mean, it was voted on and it won by a significant amount of margin in terms of how it won and why people wanted this particular game mode. And I have seen more people playing online recently, and I'm pretty sure it's because of this new game mode. But so that's pretty much it for the good. Again, you get time to react. It's basically a boots on the ground game mode. The enemies are very easy to see. It's very rare that you won't be able to see your enemy. So in that aspect, it's fun, it's casual, it's awesome to be playing with these huge machines. And then because each Titan is different, it's like playing with different specialists. So each Titan is very different. You get to play with a Titan that caters to your particular play style, and that's also pretty awesome too. Now, let's get into the bad. One of the bad things is one, there is no double XP, which is not the worst thing in the world, but I mean, some of the other game modes had it. Glitch in the Frontier had double XP. Livefire had double XP when it came out. So it would have been nice to have double XP, especially with them raising the gen cap to 100. So that would have been awesome if they did that. But again, they knew they wouldn't need double XP for people to play this game mode. They knew people were going to play this game mode because it's an awesome game mode. The other thing is it's a limited time mode, and we don't know what the limit is on that time. It could be out for a week, it could be out for 2 weeks, it could be out for 6 months. We don't know, and the problem is kind of like how they treat skirmish. Once the limited time is over, you won't get a chance to play it unless Respawn does something awesome and puts it into the playlist, which they have not yet. As of right now, in the playlist is Attrition, Bounty Hunt, and Hardpoint, Last Titan Standing, Capture the Flag, Pilot vs. Pilot, Live Fire, and Free for All. Now, they did put Live Fire into the game mode, and that was a featured game mode, but they did not do the same with the Capture the Flag Live Fire mode. That was just something that was limited to time. They did not do the same thing to Skirmish either. Skirmish has always been limited time since the game released. Like, you was never able to just play Skirmish in this particular game, only when they had the particular 24-hour Skirmish playlist with the double XP. Other than that, anytime before the update, if you wanted to play Skirmish, you had to do like a 8v8 mixtape in order to play Skirmish. And then they took it out completely and they gave it to us for a limited amount of time, which a lot of people played Skirmish during that limited amount of time, because Skirmish is an awesome game mode. But since then, we cannot play Skirmish. Like right now, we can't just choose to play Skirmish at will. And that's what I fear they're gonna do with Titan Brawl. I hope they don't. I hope on the next update, they put it in the playlist that we can add to our playlist. But I don't think they're gonna do that. They wanna treat it like a little treat, basically. So that's pretty bad if they give us this awesome game mode and then they'll take it away from us for another game mode that may still be pretty good, but not as good as Titan Brawl. I would love for them to, you know, put Titan Brawl in the playlist so that we can play it at will. So that's pretty much it for the bad, is that the limited time thing on this is limited. And we don't know how long that is. This could be the last week, it could be the first of many weeks, but without them putting it into the playlist, when it goes away, it's definitely going to be sad, and I think the player base will drop again. Like, the amount of people playing the game will drop again once it goes away. Now for the ugly. As super casual as this game is and how fun this game mode is, there is some ugly to it. Not a lot of ugly, but there is ugly to it. And everybody knows what the ugly is. Everybody knows. The ugliest thing about Titan Brawl is the spawn system, which is ironic because the name of the company who makes this game is called Respawn, but yet the respawns in Titan Brawl is terrible. It's terrible. I mean, this is widely known. Like, if you played Titan Brawl, you've been spawned into a really bad situation. There's been times I've been spawned directly into Legion's gunfire, and by the time I took control of my Titan, my health was already halfway gone. I've got spawned into a laser core. I've gotten spawned into Scorch's not flame core, but when he drops the canister and ignites it, I've been spawned into that. And then to the point when you take your control of your Titan, you already have like half your health gone. It's like, what the heck just happened? So the respawn in this game mode is terrible. They need to do or find some sort of algorithm that makes it a lot more friendlier to respawn into the game. Which I can understand, it can be pretty difficult because in this particular game mode, although the maps are very big, it can get pretty chaotic to where battles is just happening everywhere. So I'm sure it could be difficult for them to do that, but I'm sure that's something that Respawn is working on. But it is definitely frustrating, especially when you're it's a close game and like next kill wins type situation, and you get spawned into a terrible situation like that. Yeah, it gets very, very frustrating. So that's pretty much I can think of with the ugly. I will say and give some advice into how you should maybe run your team. If you are going to have a team, make sure you have a diverse team. Legion does a great job. Legion and Scorch does a great job of putting Titans in doom state. And Ronin does a great job at sweeping it up. So I would highly recommend at least have one Ronin in the team and at least one or two Legions and or Scorches on the team to get them down into the doom state, and then just have Ronin rush in there to execute them. That's just a little bit of advice I've gotten from playing it. But that's my good, bad, and ugly for Titan Brawl. I hope you liked it. If you like this video, smack that like. If you hate this video, smack that dislike. If you want to talk more about the good, the bad, the ugly, about Titan Brawl, leave it in the comments below. Let me know you're good. Let me know you're bad. Let me know you're ugly. And with that being said, remember, your life is a fantasy.